This lady right here, man, her husband married his side chick, the one that shot her in the back. Like, how you married the person that shot your ex girl in the back, the woman that you was with, your side chick, the one you were cheating on with? That is insane to me, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss when I drop a video. This party finna get wild. Let's get straight into it.
It's your boy Maury. Subscribe.
With no gun like that. And so he was like, I said, yeah, I'm gonna play like that. And I was like, he said, no, you go first. And I was like, no, I ain't going first. You go first like that. And he was like, nah, you go first. I said, no, I ain't going first like that. And it was like, all right. So it was a black gun. He put the
I ain't
bullet
playing no
in it,
Russian
and he
roulette.
spent the barrel. And he spent the barrel and he closed it. And then he was like, nah, if I do this, yeah, he said, this, I'm doing this for you. Like, because he was in love with me, but you know what I'm saying? It was like my little boyfriend. He had a crush on me or whatever. So he spent the barrel, put it to his head, click, and it didn't go off like that. And they're like, come on, it's your turn, it's your turn. I said, boy, it ain't my turn. Nothing. I say, I ain't finna put no, and I'm young. I say, I say, I ain't finna put no. I say, you won't play. I say, we playing it, but you do you. I said, I'm not doing it like that. And so he did it again, click, and that was his last click.
It went off.
It went off, and he just dropped and fell in my arm. And my sister, she's screaming and hollering and crying. And I'm just,
bro.
And I'm holding him.
Ain't.
Blood just everywhere. The cat just running around. The black cat just running around. My sister just screaming and screaming. And the whole while my sister screaming, I'm just holding him. And he just.
Comment down below if y'all will play Russian roulette or have y'all played Russian roulette and what happened. Let me know down in the comments. I want to know. I'm intrigued.
His eyes just closed and blood just all on me, and he passed away on me. Like he passed away on like I'm holding him.
When the police get there, what did they try and fault you for it?
No, they didn't. We was young, and we had to explain. And my sister was right there, and we just had to tell exactly what happened. And they were trying to see whether it was accidental. And my sister told them, oh, they was playing Russian roulette or whatever. She was young, and we didn't know what Russian roulette was, but we was going along to get along, trying to go along and have our, enjoy ourselves and stuff like that. We caught up into something we don't even know. And my sister said, no, they was playing Russian roulette. She's like, they was playing Russian roulette. I wasn't playing. They was playing Russian roulette. And when they asked, I was like, we was playing Russian roulette. And he said that it wasn't, nobody wasn't supposed to die or whatever like that. And it was an accident. He ain't really know that it was gonna go off. I guess he just like he spent it. Like when he spent it didn't go off the first time, and he did it again, and that was it. That was it.
Fuck that.
And he himself in front of the same house where I got shot. Years later, I got shot in front of the same house.
Damn.
Hillary Street. I got shot right here, across the street. The guy killed right across the street and died in my arm. My grandmother stole on Villery Street. When I got molested, I was coming from Villery Street, and my grandmother's store was like over here, and they had the tracks, and they have the park, and they had where you could go under the underpass to get to the 6th ward. And a guy snatched me and tried to molest me on that same street under the overpass. He grabbed me around my neck and like choked me and begged me to. He said, "Say please, let me go. Please let me go." So I had to literally like beg for my life. And the guys was playing basketball. My little brother, I remember playing this day. My little brother was playing basketball, and it was like when if somebody tried to grab you, scream here. So when I was going, I fake screamed, and it was like they came, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing about it." And when I walked under there for real, a guy, big old black guy, grabbed me around my neck and was trying to literally like, and he had me beg for my life, and that's how I get away.
Damn.
So that's how I get to meet my first
Make
husband
sure y'all
through
like,
Mia,
subscribe.
by my brother Warren being over there by Mia, and that was her cousin, and he saw me, and uh he went to St. Aug, a good boy. He'll tell people, you know who my old lady is? Aunt Mays. I'm with Aunt Mays. That's my girl. That's my old lady. And this that Aunt Mays. So I wound up getting pregnant for him. I had 2 kids already. The guy I was sleeping with at 15, my husband started cheating on me with his sister.
Okay.
And I used to sleep at their house when my mama was looking for me at 15. I used to sleep at their house. So I know this young lady who my husband was cheating on me with. And I never knew that he was cheating on me with her. Everybody knew he was cheating on me with her but me. And when I found out, I was devastated because I felt like all us grew up together. So we have second lines in New Orleans. So I was going to the second line that day. I got shot. And before I went to the second line, I went to my grandmother's house, and my grandma was like, "Oh, you look so pretty." She know what I was going through with my husband. And she was like, don't go out there to the second line and get yourself in no trouble. Yeah, she said, you look so beautiful, and this and that. People talk to you, you hear them talking, but you're not listening. I know she was talking, I heard her talking, but I wasn't listening to what she was saying. Had I listened to what she was saying, I would have took heed. So the young lady who shot me, she was in the second line. All I know is when the second line was about to be over, it was over. I was leaving and I was riding in my Jeep. And when I was going up Village Street, I looked to my left and I saw her bent over in the trunk of the car that I used to drive with my husband. I mean, we still married. See what I'm saying? So when I got out the car, I approached her, but I got to back up a little further. So one day I got stopped by NOPD, the police, and I had a traffic attachment. So they took me to jail. I think it was a weekend, and I stood in jail like a day or whatever. While I'm in jail, they called him to get his kids, and he took the kids. So when I got out, I found out my mom just had moved out the house that her mom just moved in. And now my husband didn't help with her with my kid. So somebody told me where the house was, and when they told me, I was like, "Oh, that's the house my mama used to live in," like that. So I went out there, and I told him I was outside to bring my baby outside. So he brought my baby outside, and I was mad, but I didn't do anything. I didn't cut up or nothing like that day, but I really was mad. So back to the day that I got shot. So when I saw her, when I got out the car and I saw her, and I was like, didn't I tell you to stay away from my kids? Like that. And she was like, yeah, like that. So I was like, okay. So it's 2 of them, her and her friend, and they're in the trunk of the car. Now, mind you, to be honest, I knew she carried a gun, right? I used to carry a gun, but I didn't carry a gun anymore because I didn't want I wasn't living that life no more. So I gave up all that life. I wasn't carrying a gun. But everybody know me from carrying a gun because I almost unalived somebody before. So that's why I really got popular, because it was like, this girl here, So she knew the type of person I was. So if you know how a person is, like people were saying, oh, she was scared of me and this and that. If she was so scared of me, why mess with my husband? You know that was my husband. If you know I was the type of person, she knew who I was or whatever. If you were scared of me and you know I'm that type of person that they portray me to be, why would you be with my husband? Because if I know he's a bad guy or whatever, I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with that because I know it's gonna be consequence and repercussion. Mm-hmm. So after I approached her and I said, and she was like, well, you need to take that up with your husband. Because we were standing up there after I said what I said. And I was like, well, it's for them. I really wanted to fight. I really wanted to do a like cat fight, like a little, because I was already in my feelings and my emotions. So we wasn't about to fight. So I was walking off. I walked off. And before I could get to my car, she said, B, which is that, you know, you need to take that up with your husband. And I was like, what you call me? So that turned me back around. So when that turned me back around, I walked toward her and I slapped her. I did slap her. And when I slapped her, I thought we was gonna do the little fighting thing. You know, it was two of them. I was by myself. I'm ready to fight both of them. You know, so cause me and my sister, you know, coming up as young girls in the project and stuff like that, we used to always fight, but we lived to see another day. So they was just standing up there. I was like, well, we ain't about to fight, and I'm just standing up there. So I turned around and I was like, well, we ain't about to fight. Let me just walk away. So when I walked away, I mean, I must have was so many feet with her. And then she shot me in my back before I could get in my truck. I was walking toward my truck, and one shot, she shot me in my back, and I don't remember nothing. I was in a coma since then.
Damn. Did you hear the shot?
No.
You didn't even hear the shot?
Mm-mm. I was in a coma for a couple of weeks, I think almost like a month or something like that. And then when...
So you remember going reaching for your car door and then waking up in the hospital?
I didn't get a chance to get to the car door. The car was in the middle of the street.
When you woke up?
When I woke up, I had woke up out of coma, and I remember my husband standing over me. I remember when I came out the coma, I remember him standing over me with some flowers, and he was about to say something, but I don't know if my pressure went up, so I think they asked him to leave. And when they told me I was paralyzed, that didn't dawn on me. It was like, I really was like paralyzed. And they asked me, can I feel my legs? And I was like, no. That really didn't, me being paralyzed didn't set in until it was time for me to go to rehabs. And that's when I realized that, oh, I can't walk. So I had to learn how to take care of my kids from a wheelchair. From the rehab, I had to learn how to get them up off the floor and stuff like that. And then years later, we went to court, like back and forth to court. And
yeah, what happened with her?
They found her. Well, we had a jury trial because she went to jail. She went to jail twice. She got out on bond, and then years later they revoked her bond and locked her back up, and she got out on bond again. And we went to court a year later, and then the judge didn't want to do a judge trial because he knows she shot me in my back, and it was automatically a guilty if we would have had the judge trial. So the judge let the jury decide. And the jurors, they painted me as I never been convicted as like when I did shooting stuff like that. I never was convicted as like I never was a convicted felon. And so they brought up my record years ago. They made it seem like I was
She looked like she was like
one more aggressive, and I was more in the streets and she wasn't. Well, you shouldn't have never approached a woman and this and that. That was my husband. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't go there to fight her. I asked her a question. You know what I'm saying? And she said what she said. Yeah, today maybe I shouldn't have put my hands on her, but I went out for my emotions. She knew that was my husband. She knew that was a married man. She didn't care. She put herself in the equator. And for women to be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have approached a woman and this and that. You never know, and you never can't say what you're doing until you be put in this situation, you know. And I was put in the situation where, you know, it is what it is. And I'm the one, you know, she's still with him. They still married 30 years later, you know.
Today?
Yeah, till this day, he's still with her, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like I got the end of the stick. Because you divorced me while I was in the hospital. And I could have filed a lawsuit against her. I could have got spouse support. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know any of that. It was a lack of knowledge. I didn't know anything about that, you know. And she got out because the jury was like, oh, she looks so, both of y'all look so innocent and this and that. So y'all didn't judge the fact that she shot a woman without a weapon. I didn't even have a knife in the back. I didn't have anything. And she shot me in my back.
Right.
At the end of the day, y'all judge her on, oh, well, she looked like she was so innocent, and y'all looked at so innocent and this and that. But they got to understand and lied and said, oh, well, she's notorious. Or she just said, they painted a picture like I was such a bad person or whatever. Yeah, I've been in jail before for shooting somebody, but it was a man that was abusive to me, you know. And thank God that I didn't unalive him, even though somebody else did, but still, it didn't make it right. It don't justify what she did. I didn't shoot him in his back. You know what I'm saying? And we were like head on. I walked away and she shot me in my back. You know,
How is you and his relationship today? Yeah.
well, right now today, because him and I forgive him. I forgive her as well, but we would have a better relationship if it wasn't for her. She played a hell of a part in our relationship with our kids because she insecure about me. And I think in her mind, as a woman, she have to think, well, if I would have never shot this woman, would he still be with me or would he be with me? Because he still was messing with me and her at the same time. Even though he was cheating on me with her, I still was messing with him. Because I felt like he still was my husband. And in my mind, like I forgave him and he was making me feel like we still had a chance. You know, even though he had her driving in the car, you know, I was like, well, that's a phase. That's something that women and men go through. But you still was telling me that I still want to be with you. We still married. You know, he didn't divorce me. He divorced me after she shot me. He didn't file for a divorce while he was cheating on me. He had ample opportunity to file for a divorce while he was sleeping with her. He didn't want a divorce then. But after she shot me, somebody said, well, he made a choice to be with her. Well, she did all of this. I might as well marry her. And that's what he did. And then now that I have kids and I got grandkids and stuff like that, you have to be a very strong individual to deal with the fact that from kindergarten, college graduation, from high school graduate, to know that the woman that shot you is sitting right there, right across from you, right there, unjustifiable shot you, and holding and touching and, you know, just interacting with your kids and grandkids. You got to be a very strong individual. I don't feel like I deserve that.
It's kind of like having to relive this shit all the time.
Right. And now that, you know, I'm 59 years old and I got grandkids and he's still with her. And when they have function, she'll act like she can't be around me, you know, and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's just a lot of, you know, you think like years, 30 years. It's never over. It's still not over. And it's 30 years. It's still not over. And I feel like I forgave them, but they ain't forgive themselves. They have to forgive themselves. You know, I told her, the woman that shot me, I told her in her face, I forgive her. And I asked her why she shot me. And she was like, she did what she had to do. I said, over a man. Just think of the mentality. You didn't have to do that. That's what you chose to do.
Was she apologetic when you spoke to her?
She said, if you forgive me, you'll let it go.
I don't know, Chad. What y'all do? Y'all just let it go? Or what? Y'all forgive? Y'all say forget that, man.
So it's still, maybe she's just a cold person.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Gotta be. Just have a cold heart, or maybe she did. I don't know. And then I mean, you know, no remorse. I'm not sure she have to deal with it too. She have to live with it too
Every day.
You know, so
I live with it every day of my life, and they got to live with it.
And if she never apologized,
they got it. And I don't know. Allegedly, she told somebody she'll never say she's sorry. If you never say you sorry, that's between you and God. I still forgive you and him. Y'all have to live. What a lot of people have to realize is that, and when you marry somebody, it's for better, for worse, sickness and health. And adultery is a sin. And people don't want to accept the fact that it's not my words. It's in the book. It's in King James. It's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? He married me for better, for worse. He wasn't even supposed to be able to get a divorce because I wind up disabled. And anybody that know when a person becomes disabled and you married to him, you cannot get a divorce. He got an illegal divorce with me. I never signed divorce papers. I never went to a divorce court. I never knew he was divorcing me.
You just didn't know. You just didn't know at the time.
I didn't know. I didn't know anything about a divorce.
Okay, wait. Now, repeat that for me real quick.
The bullet is in
Now she in a wheelchair, bro. Rest her life.
my chest right here.
That's crazy.
So my doctor is gonna do I have to have a scan. You know, like when you have lead inside of you, it's certain CAT scans you can't have. With the CAT scans and stuff like that, you can't have because a lead that's inside it. So every like when the weather changed, like outside, I can taste the lead. So I can taste the lead of the bullet inside of me.
And you've been living with it for how long? How long you been?
I've been in the strap 30-some years. So the bullet is still enlarged in my chest. When she shot me, the bullet came from there and it's right here. It's close. It's where my heart somewhere and the bullet is just sitting there.
And you said your doctor is. Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
So it's possible that he can remove the bullet.
Yeah, they working on removing the bullet, as long as it's safe to remove it, and because the fragment of the bullet is touched the spine. My spine is not several. I'm not an incomplete, so that's the only thing that's stopping me from walking. If somebody like rub my back or massage my back, I can feel it all the way down to my legs.
Yeah, because I had a friend of mine that shot. I think he was shot. I forget what he was shot. But when it rains or something happens, it makes his leg shake. It makes his nerves go crazy.
Yeah, I had that muscle spasms. That's muscle spasms. I have those real bad too. Like if somebody make me real mad and I want to get to them and I can't, my leg's gonna be like, it's gonna be like I'm trying to get to them. But I feel like I probably would have been walking again because I am a very religious person. When it comes down, I'm very spiritual. Like when it comes down to God, I'm a great believer in Jehovah. But I feel like he didn't allow me to walk soon because I wasn't ready. Like if somebody pissed me off, I at one time.
Wow. So y'all like, comment, and subscribe.